How do you move a seriously injured baby with cerebral palsy who is not expected to sit or speak into a lively little personality like Hugo? You can speak, yes. First of all, you need to increase the strength of the diaphragm, his breathing apparatus, all right? And we do this, first of all, with the hands, the light, gentle pressures around the diaphragm. So slowly, very, very gentle, slow down to a count of about 6. Then release the pressure very, 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 very gently back to 6, and then pause to a count of about 3. And then down again. So you are gently compressing and decompressing these tiny blood vessels, which are also made mostly of water. The tissues made of water, moving the water, the blood around the body, very, very gently. Because without a strong diaphragm, you're in trouble, especially if you have a brain injury. Because to heal a brain injury, you want lots of lovely oxygenated blood to reach the site of the injury. And if you have a weak diaphragm, you can't do that very well. This is how we change a baby that was very, very seriously brain injured, like Hugo with cerebral palsy, into a lively, communicating young man who's getting better and better and better and heading towards walking. What we have to do first is to realize that there's a huge muscle just underneath the bottom of his rib cage, which is his breathing pump called the diaphragm. And in order to heal a brain injury, you need to get more oxygen to the part of the brain that is affected. Not just one blast of it, but on a daily basis, breath by breath. Unfortunately, if you have a brain injury, you will also get a weakened diaphragm. This pump doesn't work properly. So, to change Hugo, we had to change the strength of this pump. So, we're going to copy exactly how the baby does it. First of all, by lying on its tummy, just moving a tiny little bit, getting little pressures through the wall of the rib cage into the blood vessels of the diaphragm. And it's very, very gentle, isn't it? Very gentle. So you have very soft hands. You place them just round the rib cage on each side and in the center here, just as I showed you. Here and here and here. And possibly give your small child something to entertain it. Just relax your hand.
Massive.
Gently, gently, gently. Very, very, very gently. And if you want to break it down, you have a relaxed hand, hovers for a moment, descends to a count of 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Ascends to a count of 6. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then pauses to a count of 3. So these are the pressures you're delivering gently around the whole of the bottom of the rib cage. You're not forcing a breath, you're making the diaphragm, giving it much more nutrition so it will work better. And the respiratory pump will get more blood even into the difficult parts of the brain where there has been an injury. Okay, so that we did by itself for at least a month. And then we began to look at how the movements of the baby also help it to develop its respiratory system.
I'm not a baby.
No, you're not a baby. You are highly intelligent, very mobile young man. We're going to demonstrate that in a minute, okay? These movements we did, again, alongside the movement around the diaphragm for several weeks until Hugo began to move on his tummy on the floor. back on your tummy.
Ow.
Yes, and then we'll do a demo afterwards. Of course, when you get better, you can't ever remember that you had a problem. So,
Why is it not like that?
so I needed to help him crawl at first. So I'm going to do your legs, all right? And you're going to do your arms a little bit.
They're fine.
Yes, just from a little bit,
Yeah.
right?
It's fine, I said.
All right, here we go, all right? Push, that's lovely. Take your other arm up. And push, look ahead.
Oh.
Lovely. So, that's grand. So what am I doing? I'm working as many joints in the lower and upper part of the body as I can. So 4 little movements. 1, 2, 3, 4. Why is Hugo still having to crawl on his tummy? So, because there's still not yet enough flexibility here for him to move his hips as well as will be needed to help him stand and walk. We have to build an infrastructure, and building that infrastructure takes a while, and on no account should Hugo's developmental infrastructure be frustrated by placing him in positions that are going to prevent good oxygenated blood from reaching his joints and from creating all of those internal structures that, you know, our bodies are not sponge rubber. It's absolutely beautiful, complicated masses of blood vessels that allow us to do things. So, and Hugo is trying to crawl. Well, he thinks he's doing it rather well, and he is, but he's still slipping a bit with his knee here, not getting enough pressure from here to here, which will help to further open his pelvis, or yet be able to use his toes by himself. When I help him, he can. So all the way along, I've helped him, and gradually what appeared to be impossible became more and more possible, and of course easier, and then finally pleasurable. But for a child with cerebral palsy, crawling on the tummy is not that easy. But he's done brilliantly already. And the nice thing is that once you get up on all fours, as Hugo now can do so easily and move around, you're free. So he's doing more and more and more. And that is helping to gradually reinforce what we're talking about. Remember, the diaphragm is in the middle. So the ligaments that work your legs are connected up into the diaphragm, and the same with your arms. So once Hugo could crawl well like this, and we did a number of other little exercises that helped him as well, he then rose up onto all fours, up, up, up. We'll show you going over obstacles as well. Okay. So as soon as Hugo could crawl like that, he began to crawl length after length after length. And this repetition and constantly making certain that the relationship between his shoulder and his elbow and his hip and his knee was correct, he began to move on all fours. It wasn't perfect. So in order to get a cross pattern, this is what we did. So step, take a step, and another step.
Daisy, you don't need to tell me that.
No, but I'm pretending that you're just beginning, Hugo. Step, 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 step. Back by yourself. And then I'm looking to see that Hugo's fingers are flat, and that he is able to move his knee in relation to the opposite hand.
Nothing is going on.
And how does this happen? How does this come about? With a much more flexible pelvis. How does the pelvis get more flexible? Because the diaphragm is descending into it. So those internal pressures and all the internal organs that fit into Hugo's pelvis push the pelvis out, which then allows the hip to be inserted so much better. So he gets a flexibility here. So now we want to look at all the joints and prioritize them in different ways. And a baby often first starts crawling on all fours just with its knees, with its the bottom part of its leg up. So in order to get strong force between the knee here and the hip, also asking Hugo to crawl just on his knees. Okay, forwards. So there are two amazing pumps in the thigh and in the calf. And as blood flows around the body better and better and better, these pumps help to pump the blood back up from your big toe, back up to your brain. And the important thing about crawling is you don't have to fight gravity. Everything is done on the horizontal, which makes it so much easier. You haven't got to produce a huge amount of effort to pump the blood up, back up to your head. And these little movements... yeah, we will get going. These little up. These little movements help to form the little valves and little muscular doors that help to pump the blood back from the legs.
Egg.
Thank you. Yes.
I need an egg.
Yes. Right. Okay. Up. Grand. Okay. Here we go. Step. Good. Step. Good.
It's easy. It's not easy. No, not easy.
Step.
Keep it
Step.
inside him.
Step.
Step.
Very good. Okay. Then you brought up your knee. Do you remember?
Yeah,
like that. And that was wonderful because you've got your toes working, all right? And then the next...
I usually do 2 steps.
You're doing very well. And the toe, down like that. Lovely. Sit. Nice. And this one, up. Just a moment. Get it up. Like that. And push down. Mm-hmm. Can you do that yourself at all?
Yeah, very good. I did it once.
That's the difficult side, isn't it? That your right side is more difficult. Wonderful. Balance. Balance. So it's working at the hip, the diaphragm, and the arms.
I can't actually get the toe.
No, but it's very good. You're getting better and better and better. And we're getting more and more blood supply to those toes. So he's really able to do an awful lot more with his body. It's very flexible in this area, which under normal circumstances would be very tight. The next thing that we began to do was crawling over obstacles to look to see how high an obstacle you could crawl over. So let's just have a quick demonstration of that. Let's try that. That's a high one.
This will be a bit wide. I take this out. You don't play.
Now, you can see the importance of having a flexibility in your pelvis here to get your legs around. Right? I will move my hand. That's it. That's it. And going down, extraordinarily smooth. Okay, that was absolutely lovely. Do you want to come back?
Yes.
There's quite a drop on the other side, isn't it now?
It's not now a drop.
Well,
It's more like a baby weed.
it is. All right, off you go then. Now you've got to go.
Easy.
All right, forward. Yep. And you have to go forwards. Oops. It was quite a drop. And so these are laundry baskets, easy to find in the house. And
Easy to find the cannons.
and what you can see is a huge difference in flexibility there with his hips. And gradually able to come down, which is a bit more tricky. And off to the next one. There were many other small movements which we gradually integrated in order to free up his joints. What we didn't do ever, no splints, no standing frames, no walkers, nothing that would artificially, because of the pressure of gravity, create a artificial movement, an artificial developmental stage, which had no help to his respiratory system, was not helping to make his joints more flexible, not helping to coordinate his joints. When you were first born, you were very compressed. You just come out of your mother, you're very compressed. You need to decompress. And that decompression, a bit like getting out of an office chair, is just freeing the connections between your joints and your brain. Right. Lovely. All right, count.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20.
Very good.
I got to 20.
So this is the result of a stronger diaphragm
I could have gone higher.
and much better connection. You could have gone higher.
You could have.
Tell your friends what you think this therapy changed you. What do you like about it? What can you do now that you couldn't do 4 years ago?
I couldn't do the tongue calling. I used to just slide.
You just lay.
I used to just lay and then pull myself with my arms and not use my legs. And now I use my legs.
Better and better. And you crawl in school, yes?
Yeah, sometimes. I don't actually crawl that much. I sometimes do this. Sometimes can you move somewhere? I just I sometimes go.
Oh, yes. That's very clever. Can you do that? So you're finding out more and more joints to move, aren't you? Yes? Your body's becoming more flexible. I can see all the things you're doing now. And you can crawl quite fast too, can't you?
Yeah, we finished.
Do you want to say goodbye? And do you want to say you've enjoyed? You hope everybody's enjoyed the video.
I hope you enjoyed the video. But what?
You're so cute.